Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Polkzoo channel. Hey, I'm showing this guitar. Boy, it never fails. I fall in love with the guitar and somebody will buy it. It never fails. I do believe in certain laws of the universe, like gratitude, non-attachment, being positive, focusing on abundance, being careful what the thoughts that you focus on, and trying to cooperate with the laws of the universe, giving and receiving, tithing, yada, yada, yada. But I kind of do the joke, the Buddha was not a guitar player. So when he talked about non-attachment, he didn't know what it's like to fall in love with a guitar. But I let all my great guitars go, I do. And I feel good about it. It's a little tough sometimes, but I figure I spend some time with them. And like with this guitar here, I just had to spend some time with this guitar because it was so incredible sounding. Beautiful looking too. I mean, the neat thing about it, it actually sounds as good as it looks, and it looks incredible. You can see all the flame coming through. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the flame coming through in the sound hole. It's just really beautiful a beautiful guitar. It sounds really sweet. Great holographic quality. But anyway, continuing with my kind of free information here, playing in DADGAD, I was doing different forms. Talking about combining chords with some single notes. If you can begin to combine some very simple little lines with your playing in DADGAD, it sounds really, it takes on another dimension, becomes more orchestral. So try to, this is kind of inspired by Hadley. Forms like that, and then also I wanted to show this part too because I've been doing this lately. I did a little jam the other day that's on my eBay ad for this guitar, and I was trying to show people what I was doing. I was doing a section like it. And I got to one section like this, which I think is my favorite section. So it goes like this. See. See. Kind of hard to do cold. So one more time. That's here. Flamenco Raschiarlo. I find a lot of flamenco techniques really sound cool on steel string guitar. That being said, they're not easy. And I do cover some of this in the guitar ladder system, by the way. And I'm going to be talking more about the guitar ladder and my relationship with Horace Hatchett. Now, he also taught Carol Kay and taught Ruben Quintero, who was one of my early teachers at 8 years old. And I had some very interesting conversations with Horace Hatchett, but bottom line, he was one of the most brilliant guitar minds on the planet. And I'm 62, and way back when I was 21, I studied with him. I studied with him also at 17. I think I studied with him about 23 for a while. So I studied 3 or 4 times with him. And actually, the genesis for my guitar ladder system, it's all my own original material, but it came from some of my early discussions with him as well as Joe Pass, because I started to see that there, true music and true art was more of a weaving in and out of many different forms of harmony. It wasn't like, Horace Hatchett tended to kind of stick to, like, he'd be teaching polychords in one thing or a certain, component of whatever. And that was actually some of my discussions I had with him. But anyway, let me don't get off too much on that. But that's one of the things that makes the guitar ladder system so powerful, is that I combine I spent 40 years coming up with this. I combine all my chordal studies so that they integrate the 10, 11, 12 systems of improvisation. So you pick up on that intuitively. It's very powerful. It works, folks. It can be ordered at steves@guitars.com. It is what you're looking for in a guitar instruction system that really will slingshot you into the future and just catapult you into somersaults and into a whole new level of playing and understanding the art and science of music. But getting back to this, so that one section, which I think is really pretty, and that's what I try to do. I mean, there's sometimes when I'm just kind of being more technical, but to me it's all about being sweet, especially a guitar like this. And so then that's supposed to be played as relaxed as possible. And then here. So that kind of gives you a little bit of that Hedges style, and the thing about Michael Hedges was he had some just beautiful melodies, but he had this sense of rhythm that just dug a ditch. I mean, it was just like going into the center of the earth and the center of the universe. And using your guitar as an orchestral tool, and I think that's another thing about the guitar ladder system, is it teaches you how to orchestrate and compose. It's not enough just to be a great guitar player, folks. You want to learn how to compose, and you want to have a musical point of view, and that's very, very powerful, and the guitar ladder system can do that for you. But anyway, I wanted to show that section because I think it's a pretty section. Sure brings out the sweet sound of this guitar, doesn't it? You can mess around with that. I can do it like that. And I think fingerstyle lends itself really well to steel string guitar, It just really does. It has such a nice sound because you can orchestrate, you can move the phrasing, you can bubble the phrasing, you can use what I call phrase memory. There's just a lot you can do with it. So anyway, I wanted to show that section one more time, and then I'll wrap this up. Let's see here. Let's give you a little bit better angle here. I'm slowing this down so you can see it. Okay, so. So I'm going to stop right there. These are kind of little Michael Hedges-isms, I mean, it's just about trying to be melodic on your guitar using altered tunings. And I think nowadays there's a little too much emphasis on all that. Nothing wrong with that. And I've heard some beautiful stuff. All I'm saying is, think a little more about the composition and being sweet and being melodic, and using your right hand technique to enhance the fluidity of the music. Use your technique to enhance and embellish and blossom, flower the musical idea, not to dominate the idea. I rest my case. Ciao.